Hello everyone, this is Zion and welcome to Let's Play Cities Skylines. This is the first part of our series and we're really just going to be checking out the game. We haven't played the game a whole lot and we would like to play the game, obviously. We do need to open up some more roads, so we're just going to build a small little road, and I'm not really liking this location, so let's go ahead and build that out just a little bit more, and that's going to be kind of a little road we're going to be building off of. I do have plans to build a brand new road along here. That's going to be later on once we have more money, obviously. We are spending $1 per month, and obviously we don't have anybody coming in. But now we have opened up this big road, which is what we really want. I have played all the SimCity games, except for the newest SimCity game. I mean, the reviews just weren't look good, and it didn't look very good. It seemed to really take away from the focus of the city building genre, which I was really unimpressed with. They did have some good ideas, but they just didn't work out very well. So let's go ahead and we're going to go ahead and build one-way roads to our highway there, obviously, so people can get in and out. And then we're going to start building a few roads around here just so we can get our residential areas going. We do plan to really just kind of spread out our cities a bit. Just like any real cities, you want to really spread out your cities before you start building upwards, and that's what we really need to focus on. I do really love the curvature of these roads, something that's really been missing, and City Skylines seems to be covering a lot of bases that have been missing in the past with different SimCity games and other city building games in general. We're going to be doing residential over there. We're going to go ahead and build a road over here, and we want that to be straight, so let's go ahead and make that straight. And that's going to be our industrial area. We kind of want that away from the rest of our town. So let's just build a nice little square area for our industrial area over here. We're not going to do a whole lot, but we do want another road or two down the middle so we can get more zoning in there. So let's go ahead and go down one more and put that there so our zones line up just perfectly. This middle one might not work out perfectly. It was pretty close though. It came out pretty nicely. We are going to need some power, so let's go ahead and we're just going to get a wind turbine right off the bat. We're going to place that in this little area on the corner here, so we're not taking up any of our spots for our zoning. And we're going to run that right across to our residential areas. And we're also going to need to run this down to the ocean so we can power our water pump that we're going to be adding. Obviously, first things you want to do when building any city is get water and power up, because that's what everybody wants. And let's make sure that's going. It just showed that it was connected. Are we connected? And I'm not sure what I just pushed. Let's make sure we get connected here. There we go. So we got that connected. And we're going to go ahead and do a sewage plant over here. Now, water flow, we don't seem to have any water flow whatsoever over here, which kind of sucks. But let's go ahead and add our sewage pipe, and that should be powered, hopefully. Let's check that out. It looks like it's pretty close. Let's just make sure we are getting that powered up completely, and that should be within our range. Now it is showing that we're missing some pipes. Obviously you need pipes to get everything going, so let's go ahead and get our pipes connected, and we're going to go straight down the middle. We try to be pretty straight with our pipes, as there is a monthly upkeep cost, and having nice straight pipes is going to cost the least amount of money in the long run. So we're going to run it like that. It's not perfectly straight, but it'll definitely do. And we're not going to put, yeah, I guess we can use that road there, because we are going to be building a main road further up later on. So we can use that for some of our zoning as well. Now, fortunately, it doesn't cost any money to zone, which is kind of why I'm building everything else first before money runs out, because I have not paused the game to keep things from going poorly. Let's go ahead and build one pipe to our sewage place. And as you can see, that kind of just curves right around the mountain. Make sure that goes all the way there. And hopefully that's working. Looks like it's connected, but it's not turning on. And also our water pump doesn't seem to be turning on. Perhaps it's just because we don't have anybody using anything. It is asking for residential. We do have our needs bar right down there, so let's go ahead and start adding in some residential. And here's where city planning really comes in handy. I try to keep things separated just so we have room to add stuff later. You never know when you might need another road, or you decide to build a train station right down the middle. You can't really plan for something like that. We're actually just going to dezone these ones down the middle here so we have more space. And then put a few more on the sides there. Also leaving a lot of open space along this road here. And we are just going to throw down some commercial. And let's just go ahead and put that in our a few little spots here and there. We could do maybe one whole row of commercial here. That wouldn't be too bad. So we're going to go ahead and try that. And then of course we want our industrial over here. And I'm just going to do here and here so we have down the middle in case we want to add trains or something later. And you never know what's going to come down later on in the game until you really played it a whole lot. And again, I haven't played this game a whole lot as I've played other city games. So I really just try to leave space open for things that might come up in the future. And let's go ahead and go back to our city view. And we'll just wait a sec for people to come in. It does say we're missing power lines. So let's go ahead and check that out before our money runs out. We do have power lines here, but we did not connect all the way to our zone. So we need to get within that blue zone there. And let's go ahead and do one more for our other zones over here. And hopefully somebody will connect there. We also have a commercial district over here, so we want to get that all the way to there. So let's go ahead and we'll just go from here. And we're going to go straight across to our commercial districts, just like that. Now, we already have some buildings coming in, so that's really good. And our money is still falling, obviously. We just need to wait for more people to move in. As our money is falling, we should probably add a few more roads before it gets too low. And we will end up going into debt, at least at first, until we can get our money going. And it's not ideal, but it is the best way to grow the city pretty quickly, just by using all that money. And I do want to delete that. So where's our bulldozers? Right there. And we're just going to go ahead and apparently there we go. And we're going to go ahead and bulldoze this whole road. That didn't turn out how I wanted. So let's go ahead and try that one more time. And as you can see, there's little pop-ups popping up in the top. That's quite common, especially with like SimCity if you've played that. And it's just something that kind of adds a little perk to the game. We're going to go ahead and we try to go straight across to get the perfect curve, just like we want, and we're going to go like that. And later on, this highway can go up. And that's going to give us more road. We have plenty of places we can zone later. And as you can see, you can zone for pretty much free. Our spendings are going down slightly. We're down to 992 as we're getting people in here. We have gone up 75 people over the week. So obviously it's been 1 week. Let's go ahead and speed that up just a bit. And we're still showing a lack of power. So we're going to have to pause this for just a sec and see what the problem is. Maybe that road took out our power lines, which it did, which is unfortunate. Sometimes when you build something, it does take out something else. You got to keep an eye on that. But let's go ahead and get back to our view mode, and let's just watch people move in for a moment while we hope we can get the people we need to be bringing in some money. Now, as you can see, it is nighttime. It will be day eventually. That does cycle through just like the weeks cycle through. But the lighting can be really nice. You can see we have this nice orange lighting down this kind of bigger highway, and then we have some really white lights on the streets. Now, we even focus on the little details of the red blinking light on the power lines, which is pretty cool. So you can see these little red blinking lights all across. So to unlock more services, obviously you need to reach milestones. And there are ways to unlock that, which you can go ahead and look up online. I won't get into detail, as I don't know what the details are. I really like to just play the game as it is until I really learn it, and then we can really go from there, look at different mods. The game is built for the ability to add mods in, which is a really nice feature of the game, so you don't have to do workarounds or anything. You can just add those right in. And we can definitely take a look at those later on. But we're really just going to focus on what we can do with the base game for now. We are growing our population. As you can see, all of our zoned areas are starting to grow. And we might want to go ahead and add more. Our loss of money is actually getting better. So hopefully sooner or later we'll start making money here. And we can click on this little button here and it'll show our milestones. We can actually take out loans and start controlling the taxes once we get to 400. and we are growing quite well. Also, there's going to be new buildings. We could do landfills, schools, and clinics. So that's when you know you've at least got the basics of your city down. If you haven't played the game a whole lot, this morning view is really gorgeous. I love the lining of the trees right across this road. It does seem slightly cloudy. As you can see, clouds are rolling in. And obviously I don't think it ever rains. There is the download pack for snowfall, which I do plan to get eventually. But as I haven't played the base game yet, we're really just going to focus on that. And I think we do need to zone for a little bit more. We are making money now. So we're up to 120 120. I'm going to say simoleons a few times. They're not simoleons. We're going to call them dollars because I do not know what they call them in this game yet. But now we can really get going. As you can see, we need a lot more residential. And that's what we made this road here for, because we can zone for free. And since we already built the road, we're not going to be wasting anything. Now, as the highway might be coming down here, we're not going to be building anything there. But let's go ahead and build a few along here. And I believe these areas need some water as well. Oh, actually, it seems this one over here has already got the plumbing it needs. As you can see, it does show the lightning bolt for if you're missing power, and also the water thing if you're missing that. We'll go ahead and connect the water there. And as you can see, that fills in nicely. And then we'll just go ahead and push that power line right over there. And we reached our first milestone of a little hamlet, which is excellent. Getting your city going at first can be a little frustrating if you've never done it before. But once you've done it, you know not to overspend yourself and make sure you have the right utilities you need. You definitely need water and electricity, and as you can see, electricity production is getting pretty high. Now, one thing I didn't really look at when I built this wind turbine was the wind. Darker areas do have more wind, so over here would be a lot of wind, but that's not really in our city. You can expand your city, obviously, as you reach milestones as well, and unlike SimCity and other games, you can continue playing all pretty much simultaneously, so your city just kind of grows. But this is pretty dark, so it's a decent area. Let's go ahead and build one more windmill there. And we'll keep that going. And hopefully this winter energy consumption, as you can see, our production just jumped to 14. We're only using 8. And we're still making money, so that's really good. We're not going to get too much further into this game. It's really about just kicking it off and getting the city going. There's obviously going to be a whole lot to add. We're going to add in education. We're going to add in clinics and get other things going. As you can see, this city is about this big. As you reach milestones, let's go ahead and look at that milestone right now, and we're going to go ahead and pause the game while we do that. We have reached Little Hamlet. Let's go ahead and look at our next one. And this is when you can unlock bigger squares. You can unlock a 2 kilometer by 2 kilometer area. For those who do not know what a kilometer is, 2 kilometers is a mile. So each one of these squares is pretty much 1 mile by 1 mile. And it kind of give you an idea of what your city's like. So you could, if you go with a perfect square, end up with a 3 by 3 mile area. So that's pretty cool. That actually gives you an idea of how big the city is. So any 1 by 1 mile area in a city, I mean, it depends how big your city is. It can have, all residential, or it can have a lot of different things. But we've got it going. If you can see our industrial areas, this is going pretty well. And over here, we don't have anything at all. And I believe it's because we don't have any power lines going there. And we do have industrial needs. So let's go ahead and we're going to go ahead and place some power lines from this area to this area. And make sure we're zoned for that. We are. So we should be able to start getting that filling in as well. And these look really compact, which is good. This is kind of what we want for our future building. But we still have this plenty of space down the middle if we want to go down the middle. I'm also going to leave this space with the power lines open as we fill that in. Now, buildings will transmit power to each other. And we're going to go ahead and we still need more residential. So we're going to really start expanding our residential quite a bit. I may put a road down the middle or just wait and see where we can go from there. We can definitely put a road down through here, so let's go ahead and do that. Our money is doing quite well, actually, a little bit better than I expected. So let's go ahead and put a road through there, and that's not as tight as I wanted. So So as you play through the game, you'll kind of get used to it. As you can see, that orange there did show the power lines were getting cut off. So let's go ahead and make sure those are all connected. Those look good. We do need the power line going to that little area. But we're just going to go ahead and zone that, and hopefully they'll build that in pretty quickly. Let's dezone this little one so we're kind of lined up. And we're going to continue like that. So this is a nice little kind of a quarter circle residential area, and I'm really enjoying this shape already. With the curved roads, I mean, you can definitely get some nice features with the games. And obviously you can actually do free-form roads as well. And if we can look at that real quick, you can just kind of, as you can see, get some really weird shapes going on, which is extremely cool. And it will naturally just go straight off of what you built and then kind of curve from there. So you can get some really nice curvy roads. And actually, I kind of like this road already. I think I'm going to leave it. I was actually going to just play with this and show you guys and then delete it after that. But I like the shape of this road. It really gives some form to the city. Now our main highway, we are going to end up curving as well along this rocky path, but we're not going to spend the money on that, as these bigger roads do cost a lot of money. And we're going to fill in all this area with some residential pretty quickly, and maybe even get that highway going a little bit quicker once our money starts flowing in. But we'll let that wrap up part 1 of our series of City Skylines. I hope you enjoyed. We'll definitely see our city start taking off really quickly. As you can see, we're already up to almost 500 people. And as long as we can keep people happy and keep up on all the necessities, we'll be doing quite well. But we're going to really focus on growing our money first so that we have a bank to work with. But anyways, thanks for watching. And as always, have a beautifully fabulous day. See you later.